This week on Camera Talk, got another guest host. Well, not another one. It's the same guest host, but he's back for another video. My son Dylan McDonald, 18 months old, getting older by the minute. Anyway, this week we're talking about, speaking of old, we're talking about a lens from back in the 1980s. It's another manual vintage lens, and it's called an Auto Revuenon. Revuenon? How would you say that? Revu or Revu? Well, we'll call it whatever we want to call it, right? It's an Auto Revuenon, multi-coated, 50mm 1.4, and it's a freaking nice lens, man, for like 70 bucks I think I paid for it. It's a good deal. Get yourself one, but first, come on back and let's talk about this baby and see what it can do, with some pictures of you-know-who in there too. All right, so come on back. Here I am, Vietnam. This is Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and the future Dr. Dylan. So, my little boy here, he's joining us for this video because mommy's off. Actually, she went to the embassy to renew her passport and so on and so forth. So anyway, we're all alone, a couple of guys hanging out here at Camera Talk. And what are we talking about this week? We're talking about the Auto Revuenon 50mm 1.4. Almost forgot what I was going to say for a second. Caught me off guard, you did. So anyway, it's a manual focus lens from the 1980s. Now, Revuenon, came from, derivative from the German company called Photoquell. And they folded in 2009, but
what you talking about, doctor?
I've never heard of that either, which is the whole purpose of Camera Talk and modesty photography, is to introduce you to these new things and things you may not have heard of before. But for the Pentax community, if you go to the Pentax forum and look up, the Auto Revuenon 50 1.4, you'll see raving reviews. Actually, a lot of the Pentax users like this lens better than Pentax lenses.
All right, let me get the fuck out of here.
And that includes Takumars, which are part of the Pentax family too. So what does that tell you about this lens? Right away, obviously there's something good going on there, right? So anyway, it's fast, it's 50, it's well built. It's pretty much got a lot of things going for it. It's got some great bokeh. It's got good colors. Contrast is good. Once you get past f2, wide open is like it's okay, but same with sharpness. Sharpness is best really at 2.8 to f4 in that range, and of course 5.6 and so on. But anyway, down in the wider ranges, the sharpness is better there. Bang for the buck, 70 bucks. It's kind of the average for this thing. You might be lucky to get one cheaper. Actually, the way I buy a lot of lenses to get a good deal is buy the camera. An old film camera that happens to have a good lens on it. Throw the camera away, unless you're a film user and you really want to use that camera. But the lens is where the value is, so it's one way to get it. So let's look at some of the specs of these things. It's a 6 element in 5 groups. Now this one's got an 8-bladed aperture. So there's another 6-bladed aperture that had 7 elements in 6 groups, but I don't have that one, so I don't know what it's all about. But as you know, the more blades, the better, right? As the theory goes, as far as you bokeh lovers out there, especially rounded blades.
With rich, smooth, buttery bokeh.
So 6 elements in 5 groups. Close focus is 0.45 centimeters or 1.5 feet, in the Imperial system. Told you already, 8 blades, very nice. And it's fairly light, it's only 225 grams. As I said, it's got an excellent reputation. Now there's a couple different mounts. Chinon made these, and Chinon's lenses are great too. They made these in Pentax mount, the PK mount, and Cosina made the same lens in an M42 screw mount. Screw you. The PK mount one had better reputation. So just to let you know. Anyway, they're made obviously by Chinon and Cosina, made in Japan. So they have that reputation. You know, the Japanese built some pretty good lenses back in the day. They still do, but they don't really build them anymore, right? They're all built in China. So that's the specs. That's pretty much bang for the buck and the all you need to know kind of thing. So let's get the usual shot of the end of my. You know, I remember I shoot these with my Canon M50. So I usually focus in on the faceplate on the end of the 15 to 45 lens shooting this. So I'm going to do that here as well. And because I'm holding Dylan, I'm not going to. See, look at that on the screen, huh? Ooh, look how sharp that is. Get a little closer. Ooh, right about there. Does that look good? Oh, sure, and I can go push my arm out of the way. How am I supposed to focus if you're doing that? All right, you balance yourself then, mister. Don't hang on to me, you balance yourself. Now he wants to get down. All right, get down. If you knock anything over, it's coming out of your paycheck. So let me focus in here on the Canon. There we go. Looking good. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that was at 1.4. Let's do, I don't know, just for shits and giggles. Don't you be learning that phrase, mister. So again, let me focus in on the end at 5.6. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, so 1.4 and 5.6 should pretty much give you an idea anyway of what it's going to be looking like. And on top of all that, let's get you some shots of what we could do with this little guy. Trying to get away. So let's get some shots of Dylan in there. Ready? Right here. All right, so those are shots of Dylan and some other shots that I found to share with you as well. So to wrap this all up, can I recommend the Auto Revuenon multi-coated 50mm 1.4. Yes, I can. Doctor's recommendation. So with that said, what else can I tell you? How about some photo editing software? Luminar and Luminar AI. So Luminar Neo is a new one. Luminar AI is pretty cool. If you want to save some, they're really economical, bang for the buck, you know, just like Lightroom, Photoshop, and all those kinds of things. Capture One. But this one's cheaper. And if you click below, you can save $10. And hey, who doesn't like to save $10, right? Get yourself, I think they're 65 bucks now, so you click below, 10 bucks off, $55 or so. Who can complain about that, right? It's yours for life. No subscriptions, no yearly fees, no nothing. And you upgrade as they go, right? Yeah, give us the finger. Wrong finger. But, so that's that. How about you help out our channel, right? This guy wants to get bigger and bigger on YouTube. Really big, really big. So how about you subscribe? That's right, you want to take the next one? You want to say subscribe? Subscribe! And then how about we do a double double subscribe, because that's what we always do anyway. Subscribe! And how about the thumbs up? Give us a thumbs up. Where's your thumbs up? Thumbs up for the thumbs up girls. No, you gotta make a fist. All right, there's a thumbs up. Thumbs up for the thumbs up girls. All right, and last but not least, how about you be safe out there, right? You know, follow protocol, whatever people are asking of you. I know people is like, oh, I don't want to wear a mask. I don't like social distancing. I don't want a vaccine. It's for your own good anyway, and for the good of mankind. So, just do it. You know, who said that? Nike? Be like Nike. Just do it. All right, so that was it for me. This was Modesty Photography. This was Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. And remember, you belong here, right? At Camera Talk. So you come on back next week. We'll talk about another lens or something else to do with photography anyway. And yeah, we'll see what Dylan thinks about that. So we'll see ya in the next video. All right? Bye-bye.
Here I am.